In February 2009, the serene silence of the West Mesa desert was shattered by a grim discovery. A woman walking her dog stumbled upon human bones, leading to the unearthing of a burial ground containing the remains of 11 women. This remote, undeveloped area on the outskirts of Albuquerque, New Mexico, became known as the site of the West Mesa Bone Collector. Chosen for its isolation, it was the perfect hiding place for a sinister secret. The victims shared haunting similarities. Many were involved in sex work and struggled with drug addiction, making them particularly vulnerable. They were mothers, daughters, and friends, each with a story brutally cut short. For the families left behind, their disappearances were a never-ending nightmare. The pain of not knowing what happened to their loved ones was compounded by the lack of answers. The investigation faced significant challenges. The passage of time and scant physical evidence made the search for justice painstakingly slow. Police explored connections to other missing women in Albuquerque, a city plagued by violence against women during that period. Suspects were numerous, but none conclusively linked to the crimes. Theories abounded. Was there a serial killer targeting vulnerable women, or multiple perpetrators working in the shadows? Despite extensive efforts, many questions remain unanswered. Why did the killing suddenly stop? Why this location? Is the killer still walking free among us? These unresolved mysteries haunt Albuquerque to this day. The case's chilling legacy sparked changes in law enforcement and community awareness, yet the fear and uncertainty linger. The investigation begins. With the discovery of the burial site, the Albuquerque Police Department launched a full-scale investigation. Detectives meticulously combed the area for evidence, hoping to piece together the final moments of the victims' lives. The scene was daunting. Shifting sands had obscured crucial evidence, and the lack of immediate leads made the task even more challenging. Yet, the investigators pressed on, determined to find justice for the women whose lives were so tragically cut short. Clues began to emerge. Among the scattered bones, personal items like jewelry and clothing hinted at the identities of the victims. Forensic experts worked tirelessly to match these items with missing persons reports, providing some families with long-awaited answers. Witnesses were interviewed, shedding light on the last known whereabouts and activities of the victims. Many spoke of a shadowy figure seen near the area, a potential suspect who seemed to vanish as quickly as he appeared. The police also explored connections to other unsolved cases, trying to establish a pattern or link that could lead to the killer. As the investigation unfolded, the community's fear grew. Women who had once walked the streets of Albuquerque now looked over their shoulders, haunted by the thought that the bone collector could still be among them. Despite the challenges, the dedication of the police force never wavered. They sifted through countless tips and leads, each one a potential key to unlocking the mystery. In the face of adversity, the investigators' resolve only strengthened. They knew that behind every piece of evidence was a shattered family, desperate for closure. The investigation continues to this day, a testament to the tireless efforts of those who refuse to let these women be forgotten, the victims, lives lost, and stories unheard. To truly grasp the magnitude of the West Mesa bone collector's crimes, we must remember the victims not just as names on a report, but as individuals with dreams, families, and stories. Each woman had a unique life, a tapestry of experiences cut tragically short. Many of the victims were young women, often from vulnerable backgrounds. They were mothers, daughters, and sisters. Some struggled with addiction, while others were simply trying to find their way in a world that often seemed unforgiving. Take, for example, Michelle Valdez, who was 22 years old when she disappeared. She was a mother to a young daughter, trying to overcome personal battles. Her family remembers her as a loving and vibrant person, full of potential. Then there was Cinnamon Elks, a 32-year-old mother of two. Her family described her as a caring individual who, despite her hardships, always tried to provide for her children. Jamie Barela was just 15 years old when she vanished. She was last seen with her cousin, Evelyn Salazar, who also became a victim. Jamie was a high school student, full of hopes and aspirations for her future. These women, along with many others, were more than just statistics. They were individuals whose lives were intertwined with those around them. Their disappearances left a void, a ripple effect of grief and loss that extended far beyond their immediate families. As we delve deeper into their stories, we uncover the harsh realities they faced and the circumstances that made them vulnerable to such a horrific fate. The investigation into their lives reveals patterns and connections, providing crucial insights into the mind of the killer. But beyond the investigation, it's essential to honor their memories. These women were not just victims, they were loved and cherished, and their stories deserve to be told. The suspects, Unmasking the Shadows. As the investigation into the West Mesa bone collector progressed, several individuals emerged as persons of interest, each with their own mysterious backgrounds and potential motives. The search for the killer has been fraught with dead ends and frustrating twists, but examining the main suspects offers a glimpse into the complex web that surrounds this chilling case. One of the primary suspects is Lorenzo Montoya. Montoya, a local resident with a history of violence and a known connection to the area where the remains were found, quickly garnered attention from law enforcement. He had been previously arrested for violent crimes against women and was known to frequent the same locations as many of the victims. His suspicious behavior and proximity to the crime scenes made him a key figure in the investigation. However, Montoya's death in 2006 during an altercation with a sex worker left many questions unanswered. Was his demise the end of a brutal killing spree, or did it merely complicate the hunt for the true perpetrator? Another suspect is Joseph Blea, often referred to as the mid-school rapist. Blea was linked to a series of rapes in the same area and time frame as the disappearances. His criminal record and known violent tendencies made him a person of interest. DNA evidence connected Blea to several unsolved cases, but direct links to the West Mesa murders remain elusive. The third suspect is Fred Reynolds, a former pimp with deep ties to the local sex worker community. Reynolds had extensive knowledge of the victims and their routines. His involvement in the underworld of Albuquerque raised suspicions, but his death in 2009 added another layer of complexity to the investigation. Each of these men had the potential means and opportunity to commit these heinous acts, yet no definitive evidence has been found to conclusively identify the West Mesa bone collector. The mystery remains, with each suspect's shadowy past offering both clues and confounding contradictions. As we delve deeper into the profiles of these suspects, we uncover a tangled web of violence, fear, and unanswered questions. The evidence. The West Mesa bone collector case is a testament to the power of forensic science. We delve into the evidence collected from the desert graves. The first major breakthrough came with the discovery of the remains. 11 women and an unborn child were found buried in shallow graves. Each set of remains provided crucial information about the victims' lives and deaths. Forensic experts meticulously analyzed the bones for clues. They examined the wear and tear on the bones for patterns. Soil samples were tested to determine the time frame of the burials. Personal items buried with the victims were compelling evidence. Jewelry and clothing helped identify some of the women. These items were cataloged and preserved, offering a tangible connection to the victims. DNA analysis linked the remains to missing persons reports. Comparing DNA samples confirmed the identities of several victims. This process brought closure to grieving families. The examination of the burial sites provided valuable insights. The positioning and depth of the graves revealed the killer's methods. Experts theorized the killer had a deep understanding of the terrain. Despite the evidence, many questions remain unanswered. The identity of the West Mesa bone collector remains elusive. The impact. The West Mesa bone collector case has left an indelible mark on the community and the families of the victims. The discovery of the desert graves sent shockwaves through Albuquerque, shattering the sense of safety. For the families, the impact is deeply personal and painfully enduring. Each day is a reminder of the loved ones lost. Many families struggle with the uncertainty and unanswered questions. They gather at memorials, hold vigils, and keep memories alive. Their strength and resilience is a testament to love and remembrance. The community has been profoundly affected. The case has highlighted vulnerabilities faced by marginalized groups, especially women in sex work. It has sparked conversations about safety, justice, and systemic change. Community organizations advocate for better protections and support. the case underscores the importance of vigilance and solidarity. Law enforcement remains committed to solving this case. Each piece of evidence brings them closer to the truth. The West Mesa Bone Collector case serves as a reminder of relentless pursuit and adversity. The impact extends beyond the immediate community, capturing global attention. It has become a symbol of the fight against violence and a call to action. We must remember the victims, honor their memories, and seek justice. The determination to bring closure to this case is unwavering. The theories. The identity of the West Mesa Bone Collector remains a mystery, but over the years, numerous theories and speculations have emerged. These theories range from plausible to outlandish, each adding a layer of complexity to the already chilling case. One prevalent theory is that the Bone Collector could be a lone serial killer, someone who meticulously planned and executed these heinous acts over a span of years. This theory suggests a methodical individual, possibly with a background in law enforcement or forensic knowledge, allowing them to evade detection for so long. Another theory posits that the Bone Collector may not be a single person at all, but rather a group of individuals working together. This idea arises from the sheer number of victims and the logistical challenges of disposing of so many bodies without arousing suspicion. Could it be a criminal organization, perhaps involved in human trafficking or drug trade, using the desert as a dumping ground for those who crossed them? Some speculate that the Bone Collector could be someone with a deep-seated grudge against women, particularly those in vulnerable positions. This theory delves into the psychological profile of the perpetrator, suggesting a person driven by a twisted sense of vengeance or hatred. Yet another theory considers the possibility of a local resident, someone familiar with the area and its desolate stretches. This person might blend into the community, hiding in plain sight, their everyday demeanor masking a dark and sinister secret. Over the years, law enforcement has followed numerous leads, some leading to dead ends, while others have brought them tantalizingly close to potential suspects. Profilers have worked tirelessly to piece together a psychological portrait of the Bone Collector, hoping to uncover patterns and motivations that might point to the killer's identity. Despite the myriad of theories, the truth remains elusive. Each theory, each piece of speculation, brings a fresh perspective, but also underscores the complexity and darkness surrounding the West Mesa Bone Collector case, the ongoing investigation. The search for the West Mesa Bone Collector continues to be an active and evolving investigation. Over the years, law enforcement agencies have dedicated significant resources to uncovering new leads and pursuing every possible angle. Recent advancements in forensic technology have brought renewed hope to the case. DNA analysis and other modern techniques are being applied to the evidence collected from the crime scenes, potentially unlocking new clues that were previously undetectable. In addition to technological advancements, the investigation has also benefited from increased public awareness. Media coverage and community outreach efforts have encouraged people to come forward with information, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. Every tip is meticulously examined, as even the smallest detail could be the key to cracking the case. Law enforcement continues to work closely with experts in criminal profiling, hoping to refine the psychological portrait of the Bone Collector. This collaborative effort aims to narrow down the list of suspects and bring the authorities closer to identifying the perpetrator. Recently, there have been a few promising developments. New witness testimonies have emerged, shedding light on potential suspects and their movements. These accounts are being cross-referenced with existing evidence, creating a more comprehensive picture of the Bone Collector's activities. Moreover, the investigation has expanded its scope to consider connections to other unsolved cases in the region. Could the West Mesa Bone Collector be linked to similar crimes, spanning across different states or even countries? This broader approach aims to uncover patterns and connections that may have been overlooked in the past. Despite these efforts, the investigation faces significant challenges. The passage of time has made it difficult to gather fresh evidence, and many potential witnesses have moved away or are no longer reachable. However, the determination of law enforcement and the resilience of the community remain unwavering. The legacy. The West Mesa Bone Collector case has left an indelible mark on the community of Albuquerque, New Mexico, and beyond. For law enforcement, it has become a haunting reminder of the complexities and challenges inherent in solving cold cases. The case has spurred significant changes in how authorities approach missing persons reports and unsolved crimes. New protocols have been put in place to ensure that no detail is overlooked and resources are allocated more efficiently. The haunting discovery of the desert. Graves has also led to the establishment of specialized task forces dedicated to investigating similar cases. These task forces bring together experts from various fields, fostering a collaborative approach to solving complex crimes. For the community, the impact has been deeply personal and transformative. The families of the victims have had to navigate an unimaginable journey of grief and uncertainty. Yet, amidst the sorrow, they have found strength and solidarity in each other. Support groups and advocacy organizations have emerged, providing a platform for families to share their stories and seek justice. These efforts have not only helped to keep the memory of the victims alive, but have also raised awareness about the vulnerabilities faced by marginalized individuals. The West Mesa bone collector case has also sparked important conversations about the broader issues of violence against women and the challenges faced by law enforcement in bringing perpetrators to justice. The community has rallied together, demanding greater accountability and more comprehensive measures to protect vulnerable populations. As we reflect on the legacy of this case, it is clear that its impact extends far beyond the immediate investigation. It has reshaped the landscape of criminal justice and highlighted the resilience of a community determined to seek answers and honor the lives lost. The search for the bone collector continues, but so does the unwavering commitment to justice and healing. Cons. As we come to the end of our journey through the haunting case of the West Mesa bone collector, it is essential to take a moment to reflect on the gravity and complexity of this investigation. The discovery of the desert graves in Albuquerque, New Mexico, has unearthed not only the remains of victims, but also the profound challenges faced by law enforcement and the community. Over the years, investigators have tirelessly worked to piece together the puzzle, following every lead and analyzing every piece of evidence. Despite the passage of time, the determination to bring the perpetrator to justice remains unwavering. The collaborative efforts of specialized task forces and the implementation of new protocols have breathed new life into the investigation, offering a glimmer of hope for future resolution. The impact of this case extends far beyond the investigation itself. It has brought to light the vulnerabilities faced by marginalized individuals and has sparked important conversations about violence against women and the need for comprehensive measures to protect vulnerable populations. The community's resilience and solidarity have been a beacon of hope amidst the darkness, demonstrating the power of collective action in seeking justice and healing. As we conclude this exploration of one of New Mexico's most chilling mysteries, it is crucial to remember that the search for answers continues. The West Mesa bone collector case serves as a stark reminder of the darkness that can exist in our world, but also of the light that emerges when we come together in pursuit of truth and justice. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Stay vigilant, stay informed, and remember that every voice matters in the quest for answers. Until next time, stay safe.